Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. Thanks for joining me. I would like to give you said information pertaining to the stimulus checks that will be dispersed to Americans. And if you need verification for the storyline, please log on to CBS News. Stimulus checks who gets one, who doesn't. The stimulus checks that Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin says will be deposited into Americans' bank accounts within 3 weeks won't be enjoyed by everyone. That's because the massive $2 trillion stimulus package excludes some Americans from receiving one-time payments. Sorry, it's logging on. Okay. Which are set at $1,200 for adults and $500 for children. Here's who won't get a stimulus check. Children who are 17 or 18 years of age. Many college students between the ages of 19 to 23. Adults who can be claimed as dependents. Non-resident aliens, in other words, those without a green card. Estates. Individuals who earn more than 99,000 or married couples earning more than 198,000. People who haven't filed a 2018 and 2019 tax returns. Who's a child? Older children are excluded because the bill relies on tax code definition of child that states a qualifying child has not attained age of 17. In other words, many high school juniors and seniors and their families won't receive a $500 check from the stimulus bill. That may strike many older children as deeply unfair, especially if their younger siblings qualify, but it also raises questions about whether the stimulus bill should have taken a broader approach, given that families with 17 or 18-year-old high school students may have the same expenses for them as younger child 14, for example. The second group of Americans excluded from the payments are adults claimed as dependents on other taxpayers' returns. That includes many college students who may be adults under the eyes of the law, still yet are claimed as a dependents on their parents' tax returns. Some young adults and college students expressed their frustration at being cut out of the stimulus payments on social media, pointing out they are also struggling in the economic downturn. And this is a comment from a young lady. I'm a college student whose parents still claim as a dependent, yet I pay my own car and phone insurance along with my car payment, gas, and maintenance, living fees. Tell me why I won't qualify for the coronavirus stimulus package. Some disabled adults are another group that could be cut out from the stimulus payments. That's because the bill excludes adults who can be claimed as a dependent, say a disabled sibling or a frail parent, noted Howard Gleckman of the Tax Policy Center in post about the stimulus payments. Non-resident aliens. Non-resident aliens is a tax term that describes the non-U.S. citizens who have no green card or who fail to reside in the U.S. for a long enough period of time, according to Gleckman. Estates and high-income households. Estates and trusts are also excluded from receiving the stimulus payments. High-income households above a certain threshold also receive payments because the bill is aimed at getting money into the hands of low and moderate income families. The key factor is your household's annual income because the package is aimed at low and moderate income families. Individual taxpayers will get $1,200 each if their adjusted gross income is less than $75,000, and married households will receive $2,400 if their adjusted gross income is less than $150,000. Adjusted gross income of 2018 can be found on line 7 of Form 1040. For example, go to irs.gov for more information. Those payments will be reduced by $5 for every $100 in income above those levels and will entirely disappear for some higher earning households. Individuals who earn more than $99,000 phase out completely from the stimulus plan. Married couples earning more than $198,000 and no kids as dependents also aren't eligible for payments. No tax return for 2018 or 2019. People who haven't filed tax returns in either 2018 or 2019 may not receive a stimulus payment, although it's not too late to file a 2019 return now, Gleckman noted. If you haven't yet filed your 2019 tax return, the Treasury will use your 2018 returns to calculate your payment. Others who did not file either a 2018-2019 return would be ineligible for the payment, although they can file a 1040 now and still get a check, he wrote. Non-filers might include people who are students, people on public assistance or supplemental security income, or even working people whose income fell below the standard deduction amount. And that is said information by CBS News if you need verification for the story. So if you have not filed a tax return, please do so. 2018-19, whatever your current situation was, working, self-employed, you only work part-time, whatever, go file a 1040 form as I speak. Although, April 15th was the national deadline for Americans to file taxes or do a tax return, but that was bumped up to July 15th due to this coronavirus. So if you want to receive money from the government, please file a 1040 tax return, and so you can get your stimulus check, America. And as you see, if you have a higher income bracket, you will not receive any money. If you have a 17, 18-year-old in your household, you will not receive a $500 check for that said child, because I'm assuming the law considers that person near an adult. I'm assuming that is their reason for not giving a household or parent money for a 17 or 18-year-old child, because they probably feel they are working. They can work at that age and supplement himself or herself. Same thing with the college student rule. 19 to 23 years of age, you can work, and they feel like you can work and bring in your own income for yourself. And that is the said information. Some will like it, some will not. One person commented on my page that they feel penalized for being a middle-class citizen, but I had no comment about that. I don't have a comment. I just don't. I do not, okay? Many of you know how to work the tax system. Many of you are good at hustling, and you work every day, and you know how to maneuver to get some of that money deducted off your taxes, whether you get a return or you have to pay taxes. So we're not going to argue and bicker about that said information. But that is just something I wanted to bring to you, because a lot of you are not following the news. You're not watching anything pertaining to the coronavirus. You're not watching anything pertaining to who gets a check. And as I stated in the previous video, even those of you who draw Social Security and disability, you will also receive a stimulus check. And I've talked to a few people who did not even know that. And I just look at them like, how could you be living in the world and don't even know that you would be getting a check? Because you don't watch the news. You don't read anything. But you all read anything pertaining to Facebook. Who said what? Crazy conspiracy theories and this and that. But you don't even know that you'll get $500 for your own child. You don't know that. You didn't know that drawing a disability or Social Security check, that you'd get a stimulus check. You see, this is why you have to stay in the know, that some of the things that you all deemed so important before Corona, you still don't care, and you're still not trying to find out anything. And that's what's so baffling to me about this whole pandemic, is that I think the pandemic is showing us what really we value. And even now, with all that's going on, death, uncertainty, loss of jobs, income, not enough food, toilet paper, some of you are still oblivious to your own surroundings and your livelihood. You better stay woke out there, or you're going to literally miss the boat. Like, share, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. Please stay safe, America. Please keep your hygiene up. Wash your hands. I'm praying for all of you. Please pray for me. But I know my God is good and He is able, and I'm leaning on faith. And I just pray that I will not be afflicted with this virus, anyone that I know, and I don't want anyone that I don't know to have it. But we know that it is out there. And so I just say to all Americans and people abroad, you need to pray. That's the best advice I can give you. And keep your hands clean and stay in the house. God bless you. God bless all of you. Thanks for joining me. And this is everyday shenanigans. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.